I'm Hans Mueller. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of EcoVapor Recovery Systems. EcoVapor exists for the simple reason of preventing waste in the oil field. Whenever we see a flare, we're able to turn it off and reduce or eliminate flaring entirely. My inspiration for coming up with the 02 is rooted in where I grew up. I grew up just south of Denver, and some days I wasn't even able to see the mountains. I mean, we're talking 14,000 feet peaks 30 miles away as the crow flies. And on clear days you can see over 100 miles. So there had to be something causing that. That's where we turned to the oil field and saw that there was a huge opportunity to reduce emissions substantially at a profit. EcoVapor decided to develop an E100, that's an electrically powered 100 MCF a day version of the 02 product line, because we saw that ESG was coming into focus in a big and widespread way in the oil and gas industry. Emissions are in focus. The way that we reduce emissions and make a profit is by purifying out the contaminants that exist in these streams that cause them to be flared or combusted in the first place. You know, worst case was venting, and that's what used to happen over a decade ago. The industry came up with flaring as a reliable way to reduce environmental impact, and it does. But we thought that there was an even better way, especially an economic way, where we were able to actually monetize this waste stream. You know, it's a win-win. Operators flare this gas because they are unable to sell it to the pipeline. The reason why they're unable to sell it to the pipeline is because it doesn't meet the sales specifications. And why doesn't it meet the sales specification? It's because there's contaminants in that stream that the pipeline won't accept. Usual suspects include H2S, oxygen, and EcoVapor is able to treat both of those and provide a zero flare, zero combustor well site. And where our previous strategy a couple of years ago was to create larger and larger and larger systems, as we saw central gathering facilities as kind of the norm for operators' development. All of a sudden, the smaller streams are coming into focus, and operators are trying to eliminate those as well. So for the operators that we're trying to provide a life of well solution to, once production rate declines, and to provide a zero emissions, zero flare, zero combustor well site, we'll actively contact that operator, and we'll let them know that it's probably time for them to think about reducing the size, reducing the cost of their LOE, and putting in a smaller capacity 02 from EcoVapor. The best part is that the piping is designed to be absolutely fluidly interchangeable, no additional piping required, no modifications, it's drop-in. The E100 pays for itself quickly, just like any other 02 unit. And the way that it does that is by it unlocks the ability to sell the richest gas stream on location. Typically, EcoVapor's leases pay for themselves within the first week of the month. The 02's advantage over competitive technologies like gas blanketing or vapor recovery technologies is simply stated by saying we can get it all of it, 100%. Any emissions, any flash emissions created on that facility can and will be captured. It's not a partial solution. VRTs don't get the full stream at any day of the week, and gas blanketing, while it can offer 100% capture on an instantaneous basis, it's not reliable and it's not continuous. One of the funnest parts of working at EcoVapor is the wide spectrum of clients that we get to work with. We from one side to another, from super majors down to folks that you probably never hear about, and we're able to help them all in meaningful ways that they're able to recognize. And it's awesome at the end of the day when the operator of the facility thanks us for the tangible benefits that we're providing to them. We make their jobs easier, and that's where we started, and that's where we end the day. We're customer focused, we want to help them. And we've got an incredible resource in this country that we are using and we're utilizing the right way. But the more efficiently we can do so, I think that's the best.